Villa Market, Tops, and McDonald's do not plant a footprint anywhere where they don't deem that there's enough traffic to get, to get paid back. So this was the beginning of a very, very different Kamala. 20 years ago in Phuket, there was a little tiny village, a fishing village, called Kamala. Kamala means lotus. Lotus, serene, tranquil, nice, beautiful, quiet. That's what it's like now. I'm Thailand Rob. This is 20 Seconds in Thailand and a little bit about what I think about Phuket's infrastructure. The first time I ever went to Phuket about 10 years ago, it was surreal. It was my own beach. I decided to move there 3 months later when I visited the second time, or maybe it was only 2 months later. It was so my beach. I want to tell you about the changes that have happened over just the 10 small years that I have been in Kamala. And this morning, I got a copyright strike on a video, ironically, from the exact moment that I decided to live. It's video 16. It's that old. Here's some of it, and you'll understand what I mean by how quiet, and I call it my beach because I felt like I was the only one actually there. And it's my birthday, so that's the reason I came back. I wanted to come back because I wanted to go somewhere for my birthday, and this place is someplace I know. And as you can see, there's very few people on the street. Motorbikes and cars are free to drive up and down at dang near any speed, but there's not that many to be seen. That's the way it was. That was in October. That's actually going into high season. It technically was part of low season, but when I get back to Kamala this same time, October coming up, I'll show you. Well, it's still 6 months. It's still quite a bit away from that, but it's not the same. Getting to know all the people that are my family that live there and have lived there years before me, and the history that I have picked up from this little village, I have loved staying there, and I had never thought that I would leave. I would always say that Kamala is going to be my home base, and I will travel up here to Bangkok, and I'll go to Nakhon Pathom, and I'll go to Isan, and I'll go everywhere, but I'll always go back to Kamala. And there was a few things that were uncomfortable about living in Kamala. You didn't have a hospital there. There wasn't any major type like Amazon coffees or the McDonald's and the stuff like that. There was none of that there, which made it also not like Patong. Patong is complete, utter everything. Condos, Burger Kings, McDonald's, parties, streets, festivals, hotels, Hiltons, just every modern Western type of environment you want to go to if you want crazy love, nightlight scenes and all that. But that's not what I wanted. I like the small feel of Kamala, and that's where I decided to settle down. During the pandemic, everything slowed down again to about like it was 10 years ago. But what happened after the pandemic, I didn't even know. We had heard rumors that there was going to be bigger companies coming into the area, because the only main store that we had grocery store wise in Kamala was a Big C. It was an old Big C, an old style Big C. That's where you went when you needed to get something, or the markets. We have 3 or 4 markets weekly, and that's what you would do. But then towards the end of the pandemic, we started hearing rumors about they're going to build this, or they might build that. Well, as of last year, or the year before, maybe it was when they started breaking ground, we saw the first sign of the change. And what I mean by that is Tops Market. Tops Market had been rumored that we're going to get a Tops Market, which We are right opposite from the Big C. So Big C starts renovating their place, and they start upgrading their place, and groundbreaking with Tops comes in. Then we hear rumors of a Villa Market. Now Tops is incorporating a McDonald's within their grocery store. So there's a McDonald's, next door is a Tops. Then they said we're going to have a Villa Market. Now, for those of you that may or may not know, Villa Market, Tops, and McDonald's do not plant a footprint anywhere where they don't deem that there's enough traffic to get, to get paid back. So this was the beginning of a very, very different Kamala. Fast forward about 8 months to a year after the Tops and McDonald's, and now Villa Market is open. We hear rumors that they're going to build a hospital here. This is probably the one change that I'm actually welcoming the most. Consistently having to get a taxi to go to a hospital elsewhere, or if you're brave enough, taking a motorcycle. Me, just, I guess because I'm getting older, I do not feel like taking a motorbike into Phuket and going to the hospitals there. I'll take a Bolt taxi, and yeah, it's inconvenient that you don't get in a taxi or call the taxi, get in a taxi, go to the hospital, wait in the hospital, get yourself seen, get out of the hospital, get back into a taxi. I'm whining, I know I'm whining, but anyway, I'm happy that Kamala is actually getting a hospital. That is probably one of the coolest things as a person getting up there in age, me. It's going to be very convenient to just go and get, a checkup or something done and just walk there. That's going to be awesome. However, what came after the hospital groundbreaking was the new condos groundbreaking. Up near Soy Fantasy right now, it's insane. They've even added, the Kamala used to be when I got here, 2 stoplights. That's it. The first one at 7-Eleven, the second one in the middle of town, and that was it. Then you're up the hill to Patong. Now at Soy Fantasy, and honestly, it was kind of needed because that's where the big market is, and to make a long story short, traffic was a nightmare there. I mean, it was terrible. The problem now is they're building more condos, and when I say more condos, I don't mean some that can just supply 100 condos. I'm talking 500 or maybe up to 1,000 new condos being built in Kamala just this year. That's just this year, and there's plenty of land and opportunity for big money to still come in even more. I'm not even going into the main in-your-face problem, which is traffic and a different style of tourism. I'm not going to go into where they're from, but they drive like maniacs. They feel that there's no laws here and there's no consequences for the way they drive. They run red lights. They pass on the left and the right. They don't care. They just blow by you. They're rude, obnoxious, and they just don't give a flying flip. So that brings me to the point that I'm trying to get to is, do I think that Kamala will be my home in the forever future? I'm not so sure anymore. I used to know without a doubt that it would be, and I cannot fathom leaving my friends there. I even though some of my friends are also considering pushing onward to other places, other beaches, other venues. Some are and some aren't, but I can tell you it's not the same as it was 10 years ago when I got here. And the people that have lived here told me it's really not the same as it was 20 years ago. And I know this is just life. Life moves on. Everyone moves. Everything grows. It doesn't seem like they tear buildings down over here at all. They just keep making new ones closer and closer and closer. I was thinking about that just the other day in Bangkok when I was watching more gigantic institutional towers going up and looking at the old ones sitting next to them. The old ones need a coat of paint. The new ones are all glass. You're kind of stomping out the old history of Thailand over here, slowly but surely in some places, which is why I kind of like coming up here sometimes where it's really, really old school. There's no condos going up around here, I can tell you that. And on that note, I've got another video I'm going to make for you next day. I'll probably show it. No, I'll probably take you for a walk down here because kind of want to show you something that is a Thai style, and we'll get into that later. Hope you have a good one. And now I gotta go talk to the Patreons and the members. I'll see you guys on that side. Bye.
Can you take this asshole back to America, please?
Woody, don't forget that.